Hi there. This is the next video for my spring/Easter envelope journal. We've done quite a few other pages in the previous videos, and if you wanted to watch those and you haven't seen them, I'm putting them all in a playlist as I go along. I'll put a link somewhere below for that. But today I'm going to do, this might be a slightly longer page to do. It's more of a process because I'm thinking as I go along on this one. I wanted to do something a bit different. This is pages 7 and 8, I think now. So I'm thinking what I can do that's a bit different with this envelope than some of the other ones that I've done, and how I can use the envelope in a bit of a different way. So I'm thinking that I might actually quite like to use the window again on this one as some sort of pocket. So what I'm going to actually do is cut open the whole envelope. I think just going to cut along with my knife, just along the whole of the sides of the envelope, just to create one big space that we can use. Just trying to get it as neat as possible, but I'll probably end up trimming later anyway. So yeah, I'm just going all the way down on the fold. So I think we could get quite a lot of journaling space out of these pages. So just carefully cutting down. Right, so yeah, so we've got quite a nice big space there, and we've got the window, which I want to try and use on this one. So we've got two big sides to decorate, and then I think the idea will be that it will be a page that will be a fold out page. So I might trim off a bit of the folded out part, but yeah, I think it'll just be a kind of fold out page. Just taking off these loose extra bits, the flaps from the side of the envelope, because we don't really need those. So they can all come off. There we go. They've come off quite neatly. Right, so just trying to think now what I'm going to do. I think what I need to really do is just find stuff to cover the space that I have, and then I need to think about how I'm going to create the pocket and use the window. So I'm just looking through the kit pages that I've got. This is from the Louise Heinzel kit. I'll put the links to the kits I've used in the description. But yeah, I'm just thinking this is quite a nice big page that could give us quite a lot of journaling space. And you could always put extra things on this page, like pockets and things, but I think we'll use this page, and then I just need to find something else. Yeah, so that will fold in. That will be lovely. Okay, so just trying to think now what I'm going to do for the rest of this page. So I've got to cover the whole of that side, obviously, apart from the window. So I'm just trying to think how I'm going to create the pocket and where I'm going to get my card into the pocket. How I'm going to stick it down to create the opening and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of having a little think. So I think what I'm going to be doing is my brain is working overtime a bit. here, just thinking of what I'm going to actually do with this. So I think, yeah, I'm definitely going to use this page. And then I have the space at the top where there's no window, which I need to cover that part. But I don't want to cover anything over the window part. So I'm now just looking for something which I can just cover that top part with, but obviously I'm only going down as far as where the window begins. I think I'm going to use a bit of this spotty paper that I've been using on a lot of the pages, just as a kind of little accent, and just to bring it all together through the whole journal. So yeah, I'm just thinking I will tear this down and put this across. I'm just working out how wide I need to tear it so it doesn't cover over any of the window part. I'm just laying it on, and then I can tear off the bit that I don't need. Okay, so I'm going to just carry on now and try and get some paper stuck down on this page, and I can think about what else I'm going to do as I'm kind of doing those bits. So I'm just going to glue along the top of here, being careful not to go over the window again, and just stick this strip just to neaten that. Excuse my head, I can't always see what I'm doing without leaning over. So just get that down. I'm probably going to trim off the end of this envelope anyway, so I'm not going all the way to the end. We can just take some off later. Okay, so there we go. We've got our first bit of paper down at last. Then I'm just going to stick down this bit, I think, but I need to cut out a piece for the window. So I think what I'll do is just, I'm going to glue just down a little bit just to keep the page in place. I can go around and glue the rest later, but I just want to know that it's in the right position. So what I'm going to do now is just mark on the back of that piece where the window is, so we can cover the back of that later, just to make the inside of the window look nice when there's nothing in it. Okay, so we've got that done. We can sort that out later. Just going to start decorating the other side now. So I'm kind of doing both sides at once with this because I'm working out what I'm doing as I go along. So I think I'm going to do a similar thing with a spotty across, and then I'm just going to trim a bit of this off now, just so that I know where my page ends. Just going to take off a little bit, not too much. We're not really losing a lot here. It should be fine. Okay, so that's that. Now I'll fold that again later along the original envelope fold, and that'll be where it folds in. So we've got that partly secured, so we know where it's going. I'm gonna decorate this page. On this page I need to make the cutout for the window, so I'll be doing that in a bit. I'm gonna, similar sort of thing, I've got the spotty paper again. I'm gonna lay that across the bottom this time, I think, just to fill up that space. So obviously with the envelopes it's a little bit bigger than the A4 that I'm printing on, so I have to kind of fill up the space. So what I'm going to actually do is clip the paper where it's going to go. I'm going to clip it to the envelope because I need to find out where my window is behind this. So I'm going to just clip it together, and then if I hold it up, I've got a window in front of me where I sit at my desk. So I can, if I hold it up, as you can see, then you can, there we go, you can see the where the window is. So then I just mark round in pencil where my window is, just so that I know where to cut. So then I can go back and I can cut out the correct shape. So when I glue down, I'll have a nice window shape. So it's pretty much the same as I've done before for windows. Just gonna cut down on the straight edges, leave the corners, and then I go in with the scissors to create the next part. Do the corners. There we go. Yeah, got the little scissors, and then I'll just do the corners just so it matches the shape of the window on the envelope. Okay, so now I'm getting more of an idea what I'm actually going to be doing on this page. I'm still thinking about how I'm going to actually insert the card into the envelope, but we can work that out as we go along, and as we stick things down, I need to make sure that I'm leaving a space. So I'm just on this side, all I need to do is leave the window, really. Everything else can be just stuck down to the envelope. Okay, so I'm gonna ink around and then just wipe off the excess. Just gonna ink around the actual cutout on the page, and then I'm gonna get this attached on a bit. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna ink this. I'm not worried about inking the envelope underneath because I'm going to be covering it. Just inking the edges like I've been doing on all of the torn edges, really, just inking them up. So here we go, putting some glue down now, making sure it goes right up to the edges of the window. So I'm just going to stick down half of this. I usually find, like with a lot of these bigger pages, if I'm just sticking down a lot, it's easier sometimes to just do half and then go back in and do the other half after, so your glue's not just drying before you even get stuff stuck down. So there we go, doing the other half, and this is just all being stuck down on this side. The only bit we have on this side is the window. So there we go. I'm just going to trim off the extra there to match the other side, and so obviously on this side we've still got some stuff unstuck, but we need to work out our pocket opening yet. So just going to stick this down along the edge, again in the same style that I've been doing on a lot of the pages. So just putting a good amount of glue and getting that stuck down. So that's another whole big page there done. Just need to fold it in later. I'm just going to trim off. Okay, so there we go. What we need to do is find something to put behind that window. So I'm gonna think of something there, and then I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm going to fold that in later. So So I'm just working out, and you can see I've drawn some lines, just working out on there where my pocket opening is going to be and how big the card is going to have to be to go into the pocket. So I'm just drawing on to the back of this piece of paper, because obviously that is what you're going to see through the window. So I need to mark on where the window is going to be in relation to that piece of paper, so that I can put something there that will look nice in the window when the pocket is empty. Okay, so I'm going to use that cutout bit of window that I used previously on another page. Just going to write down the sizes that I'm going to need to make my card to go in the envelope. And then, yeah, just, there's always another measurement that I forget to take. So what I need to do now is work out the window position on the other side. Okay, so now I'm just looking for something that I can put behind the window. Just looking through the kit pages and all the scraps, looking at some plants and butterflies, and I'm thinking this little guy might look quite nice behind there. It's a bit of a contrast with the black and white image, so it might actually look quite nice. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I've kind of just held it down in the right position through the window there, and then I'm just tearing it down to the right kind of size so it will fill the window, and there won't be any gaps. So just taking some bits off of it here. There we go. So that should be good. I'm going to glue that down to the back of the other page, and that should hopefully look very nice. Just using the brayer just to flatten it down. Okay, so that's great. So we've got that done now. What I'm going to do is where I mark my pocket opening, I'm going to glue around, avoiding that area, but the rest of the page is all going to be glued down, so we just leave our pocket free basically. So there we go. I'm just putting glue everywhere. I'm just getting a new glue stick. So nice amount of glue just to get this all stuck down. And there we go. That's all stuck down there now. And we've got an opening in the top for the pocket, which we'll see how that works in a bit when I make a card to go in there. But just sorting out my many glue sticks there. Got through quite a bit of glue today. There we go. Right. So I'm just giving this a good bit of the brayer just to make sure it's all stuck down nicely. So we've got both sides basically covered, and I'm just checking that it's all as it should be. So I'm just having a little look now, see what I might want to put in the pocket. But I think what I might do is just make the basic card the right size, and then I'm going to think about the decorating later on. So I'm just going to use my measurements that I took for the card and just cut a bit of white card just in the right size, and then I'll go back to it when I do the final decoration of the journal. So I'm just going to get it in there. So as you can see, that's how the pocket works. That's where it goes in. That's where it goes in and out. And just checking it's the right kind of size. And it's fine. So yeah, you can see it kind of doesn't go in right at the top. It goes in at the top of that page there. So I'm just going to cut at the top a little. I'm holding it up so I can get the notch in the middle of the window so I can see through. There we go. So just a little notch to help you take the card in and out. So there we are now. Just got that in there like that, and we'll go back to that later. But the inside of that is decorated. We just need to decorate the actual card. So on to finishing off the rest of the page. We've got to do our folding here. I'm just actually, for later when I decorate, I'm just marking on where the window comes in relation to the card, so that when I decorate it, I know where I'm placing my my main image and what's going to show in the window. So that's what I'm doing there. I mean, it's not too important, but if I've got an image which I'd like it all to show, then I want it to be in the right position. Right, so I'm just adjusting that a little bit. And remeasuring just to make sure that I've got it in the right position. Just needed to move it a little bit there. Okay, so that is good. That is our card size. That's going to go in our pocket, and when we decorate it later, it should look very nice. So yeah, I quite like this page. It's taken a while to work out and do, but there you go. So what I need to do now with this page is make another fold line. So I want to fold it pretty much where the envelope originally opened out. Obviously I've kind of glued and stuff now, so I need to re-score a nice fold on here so that I can fold the page. So I'm just thinking, can I? And I can't quite get the fold line, so I think I'm going to actually score the lines for this. Just going to try bending it along my ruler. I haven't stuck down the other half of this page yet, so I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, that's basically where the fold line needs to be. So I just need to make that more defined so I can create a nice fold. There we go. I'm just checking if I can feel where the fold was. Okay, so I've just got my mini scoreboard out just so I can properly score along these lines and create a nice fold. So there we go, that's nicely folded, so I know where it's all going to fold in. I've got a proper line there now. Right, so what I'm going to do is, I think, stick down the other half of this page that's left to stick down. So just putting glue and sticking all of that down, trying to go nice and close to the edges so that I'm getting everything nicely stuck. Okay, I'm going to use the brayer again just to make sure that it's all nice and flat and stuck down. Just want to make sure it's stuck down quite nicely along where the fold line is as well. So there we go, we've got a nice fold line now. I'm just going to make that more easy to fold just with my folder there. There we go. So that's looking good. So that's the fold out part of the page. So there we have it. We've got loads of journaling space here and a pocket with a card in it as well. So we could stick various things on here or just use it as writing space, journaling space. And it's quite nice having the contrast there. The flap will be decorated on the other side when we do the final pages, and there we have our other side where we will have our decorated a bit later journal card. So yeah, there we go. That is another, well, two plus pages I think we've got out of that one, as we've got quite a lot of space. So we're doing quite well. We've got quite a few pages and we've done different things with the envelopes. I've tried to kind of think of different ways of using the envelopes rather than just covering them or using the opening of the envelope as is. So there we go. So we've got a few more pages left to decorate. So I think that'll probably be, probably one more video just to finish all of the pages, and I might also do the extra pages, the ones we're going to attach to the flaps. I might do that in the next video if it's not too long. So yeah, hopefully we'll have like one more video for that. I'll do a separate video of a final flip through after everything else is done. I've got the cover as well to do, so there's possibly a couple more videos to go, but I will keep adding them to the playlist as I go along. So if you want to check and see how many videos are available there, just click on the link in the description. Okay, so see you next time for the rest.